What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and we're gonna play with Yufine, our OG Dragon Lolly. She's been around for a long time. When I first started and I had no idea what I was doing a Yufine cleave with Izaria and Tamarin. Takes me way back. I just noticed she has on blue nail polish, which matches her sword, and that is an amazing hot detail. Now, I don't know if you guys know this. I think that I read somewhere she's supposed to be like 14 years old, in dragon years. I don't know if that matters, but it makes me feel just a little bit dirty now. So I don't know how you feel about it. Someone correct me in the comments. We're going to go in and see what kind of stats we're looking at and how she does in Arena. These are the stats that we are going to test today. She has no Molagora, specifically no Molagora, because I want to see how she does. I don't just invest in heroes, which is why I have so many Molas, because a lot of times they just go on the sideline. I never use them. They hold gear for the world boss, and it's whatever. She has on the exclusive equipment for her increased amount of silence. So this is going to help us, I think, instead of the S1 here. If you're using her into something like a light expedition, then you probably want to go with the chance to increase buff duration or maybe even damage. But for this, because we're looking at PvP, I really want to look at the silence to get it to 100%. So what do they change? They changed basically S3, right? So they increase attack and defense for the caster on her S2, and she's able to get an extra turn, which I believe is new. The next thing is that when the target is silenced, she's going to penetrate by 70%. Because she has this penetration set is not going to be very good on her. So I recommend going for stats. Don't go for pen set, it's not going to help that much. Same thing with Shu. Beefing up her HP is much better than adding that pen set. Next, if an ally, except for the caster, attacks a silenced enemy, increase her by 20%. So what's the deal here? If you can get someone to go ahead of her, right, hit that silenced person, then she doesn't need to be as fast. So I went for a little bit more effectiveness. I really want to see how she does just straight up cleaving someone. How much damage is she going to do all by herself? The other thing I want to do is I want to bring along some souls from mages. And that way we can try and add some silences. That way we can try and set her up. So I put some random gear on some random mages, and we're going to try her out in Champion Arena. Let's go. Okay, here is our very first match. Now, this is a Lua. I'm not able to use something like a Zeo against her. She's at 92%. I'm at like 295, so she's, pretty close, about 290 or so. So what's the idea here? The idea here is that I am going to hopefully push her back and then really utilize my AOL to go next. AOL does have a silence. So what I'm hoping for here, oh, that's great. 200 effectiveness.
Aw, you weak, pitiful
That's
thing.
great.
Suffer. I'll make you taste despair.
We're gonna try this one again. Hopefully we don't get 15% in our testing, but let's see what we can get here. So, this is great. Oh, this is so fun. I'm having so much fun right now. Can we get this to work? It sounded great in my head, but is it actually going to work? We brought in Zeo to take care of this Ran. Everything else is the same. Now I'm running 260 here, so she's at about 240 or so. And let's see. Now I'm really curious on this A Robin. So bring in the silence. This is curious. Oh, he was silenced. So because the silence appears first, she got bumped up. I know that she's at like 209. I know that Dizzy is at something like 230 or 240. and then she's at 260. So in this case right here, in this scenario, because our Zio landed the silence, that bumped her up 20% and she totally jumped, which is really great. What would that actually do for you? Well, that will give you an extra amount of speed. I'll calculate it later, flash it up on the screen, and we'll see how that works out. But instead, let's go ahead here. We're going to go for the silence. We don't really need it, but we see 3,000. And now, you. We're taking care of you, right? Are we taking care of you? Well, I don't. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. 25,000. That was nice. That was nice, wasn't it? 25,000. Okay. No molas. Not that much into her attack, into crit damage, and she did great. I do love that with blind debuff, Aiden hit everyone. Everyone except for Yufine. That's good. We might even win this. We might.
With no choice.
Let's one turn silence. I guess we don't need it, but it does knock her back. We're gonna leave her alone just for now. Let's go ahead and go into this.
Witness.
Now the good thing here is
chosen.
that she gets that extra combat readiness when you're able to hit someone with silence. Also, so see this here, we're gonna hit one person, and that's gonna take from 97 up to 100, and we are going to cut. We did not cut. Why didn't we cut? Also, oh, it does. Wait, when the enemy is defeated, fully decrease the cooldown of this skill. We didn't kill. We did not kill. Let's see. Okay, what are we gonna do? Let's do S1. Let's just do an S1. We'll get out of this battle, and then we're gonna try.
I'll show you what the true vessel is capable of. Consider this an honor. You dare defy
Let's
me?
try this one more
Your
time.
emperor?
We're gonna go
Those who
into
deny their fate
Lilius,
must
knock
suffer
her
the
back.
consequences.
Then, hopefully, we're gonna get a good shot. Now, we did not land that silence, so we see that she did not jump above our Dizzy. So when that silence lands, very, very good, but in this case, did not get us this time. We should get a jump here. And we got it. Even though they missed, because they have silence, she does jump. Let's knock them all back. Very nice. Now look at this. We have 2 turn silences on almost everyone, right? This is amazing. Let's go for hitting everyone. She hits first before she buffs, so you see it did not trigger the Rimuru. Now, what we want to see is a kill here. Because this skill will reset when she kills, that means that we should be able to tick, 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 and kill everyone. 22,000, no Molagoras, that's nice. That's good, that's good damage.
Some entertainment?
Now let's see here as well. We have 58. So when Zio goes, he hits twice. So we should see her bump to 98 and go ahead of this other guy here. Let's see it. I want to see it. 1,
So careless, so naive.
2. It did work. It did, but it did not bump the way I thought it was going to. All right. It's so nice that you can just keep doing it. It's so nice. 19,000 that time. Let's see what we want to do here. What do we want to do? Let's see if I can... Still, we're going to go for this one next anyway. So she has the silence. She bumped up yet again. Not ready for this one yet. 19,000. Did not kill. Oh,
chosen one.
you gotta be joking, kidding me. Did not kill? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we're not gonna see it again, but this one should be in the bag.
An honor.
We're looking at a second build here. This one is full damage build. So I went in, I just dropped in all attack, all crit damage. Let's see how this goes. I'm really interested here when I pull her into a dizzy. You can use really anyone with an AoE. You can use an Ada, anyone who's going to trigger an AoE attack. What we want to see is that she jumps to the front when all of those silence people are hit. So let's go in, let's try it out. Here we go. We have a stall team. This team is not fast at all. Probably looking at about 230 on these guys here and 35% way in the back. So let's go ahead and we're going to go in and see if we can start to trigger that Yufine, right? How slow can we run her? This might be a pretty extreme example, but that's the whole point. I want to make sure that we're running extreme examples for this.
On behalf of the Creator, I will deliver judgment.
Of course, do not land on Senya. 200% effectiveness. Why not? Right? Why not? Let's go in and see. What I really want to do is push back this mediator power. Pushing her pin back. This will help me to not get cut. Alright, so what are we doing now? I'm telling you, it's tough running her slow like this. It's tough. When you have a debuff heavy team, everything has to land, or else you just die, right? So we don't have the silences because my A-Lots is too fast. But we're gonna push up onto... Actually, you know what? We can try it. This gives a silence, right? This gives silence, 50% chance. Is it gonna matter? It might matter. Let's try it. Okay, we do get some silences. That's nice. Let's go into Yufine. Now the attack buff does not matter. It's better if you run a flan here. We don't have enough effectiveness to really make a difference, but wow, that did some really solid damage. So here we are going to go into... I want to see what happens on a miss. Don't you? You guys want to see what happens on a miss? Let's do it. 10,000 on a miss. That's actually pretty good. That really is pretty good. I like it. Now, big problem here is we have to be able to hit some of these guys while they have their silence or to stack.
Sounds good.
It would have been better if we had some AoE. AoE would have been nice. But let's go. We don't want her to cleanse, right? We don't want her to cleanse. Let's do it anyway. And we get the crit. Wait, she didn't cleanse. That's good. You can see Yufine jump into the top. Let's go. Very good. And let's go ahead and kill. Let's kill you. We don't expect a lot of damage there, but we really needed to kill her or else we weren't gonna win.
Something to protect.
Focus.
Careful, please move aside.
No silence.
Help me.
That's okay, we don't need it.
Despair. This is it.
Don't worry.
8,000 on an S1. Well, it was like 5,000 on S1, right? Let's see. Never mind. S3, 23,000. It's pretty good.
My hard work paid off.
We're also going to try and utilize
I'll show
the
you what
intake,
the true vessel is
bumping up
capable
her
of.
CR when we have something that does a really good job. So let's go ahead. We're going to try it out.
Those who deny their faith
How far back can we pull her
must
up?
suffer the consequences. Come,
That was
I'll
the
take
first
your
bump.
life.
Give all that you have for the glory of Harland. Obey if you wish to live.
Let's go ahead. We are going to get a pushback
Can't
on
even
as
reach
well.
me.
Right. We did.
The enemy's
Now,
retreat.
what I want to do here is I want to kill. She does not hit very hard. We're gonna try
Target
it.
confirmed. Eliminating.
We get
Another
it.
Meaningless fight.
We have one silence.
Data analysis complete. Now disappear.
Pretty good.
Let's see who's
No.
stronger.
No souls. No souls at all. How are we gonna do this? I have no idea. 45,000. She does an insane amount of damage.
Feel my soul.
Insane amount of damage. That was wild. The problem here is now I don't have silence, I don't have souls. How am I going to get a lot of the
Focus.
penetration when you don't have that
Illuminate the
extra
unknown.
ability to do
Witness
attacks?
the
right?
power of the
That's a
chosen.
big problem.
Consider this an honor.
Switching to support mode.
Come, I'll take your life.
Time has come.
May warm light reach the depths of your heart.
Are you going to provide some entertainment? So careless, so naive.
I'll make sure you feel the pain of losing everyone you love.
Analyzing new enemy. This is our
I'll end
chance.
this.
I'll make you taste despair.
I won't fall.
I'll show you the dragon's power. Take me
Witness the power of the chosen. You should really back down.
Blocking the enemy's retreat.
You know, I will say it's very nice that you can keep bumping her up like that. Very, very
This
nice.
is it.
I'm
A
only
big
doing
problem
this.
here is that you have to bring
Let's see who's
silence in
stronger.
some other form. You just do. You have to bring silence somewhere else. Let's go ahead. We are going to try and kill. She has 4,500 attack, 330
Your emperor?
crit damage, no molas, but she did a really good amount of damage to what I would consider to be a pretty strong.
Switching to support mode. For
Pretty
the sake
strong.
of my mission, I must destroy you.
Who still remains who could stand against me?
Next up, we're going a little bit crazy. I put her on my Kisei gear. So let's give her about 3,000 attack, 245 speed, pretty good crit damage, and some effectiveness. The idea here is that I'm going to be able to go and really bump up, but we're going to see how much damage she can output with this amount of stats going into Champion Arena.
Disappear through the cracks of time and space.
Oh, you weak, pitiful thing. Suffer an eternity of pain.
Obey if you wish to live.
This Lua, man, 300 speed Lua. I hate it. But let's see. We're going to try it
The
out
challenge
anyway.
accepted.
With a 245 speed
Careful, please move aside.
on Yufine, she's going to go next. So we're going to get this silence. Knocks everyone back. Now, because everyone's silenced, I really don't do too much. So we are just going to go ahead and kill. Only 4,000. No attack buff, no Luas. It's not
You
fantastic.
challenge me? Fine.
Okay. Now, we want to hit somebody that has a silence, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to hit. That boosts her up.
Feel my sword.
Give all that you have. For the
And we're going to
glory
push
of
back
Harlan.
this Yulia. Let's see how much damage that she
I'll
can
take your
do.
life.
I
Push her
won't
back.
fall.
Very nice.
Well,
Let's get a
I'm left
silence
with
here.
No choice.
On to probably should have done the other
I'll
one.
show you the
But
dragon's power.
I did hit her. It did boost up with that silence because the silence applies after the attack, right? So let's get in 3,000, and now let's go ahead and get in a kill. There's really only two viable options here. Let's go into the thickest one. Okay, so 26,000, even with the lower amount of attack, which is pretty good. That is pretty good. We get a little bonus on Azaria. Let's hit Lua. We see that boosts her up.
Is it
That's
my
really
turn?
nice. Now we're going to get a little bit of bonus here. We're going to try and kill this Mercedes. And she's not going to be able to res just because Briar Witch is on the field. Defense break. No silence. 21,000.
Victory is
That was
always
nice.
mine.
Here we go, our own dragon girl, Yufine. She has a buff. She did pretty interesting today. I think that anytime that you run a debuff team, you're going to have sort of the same problems. There's always going to be a 15% chance that you get resisted, and because you really need to land that silence, you just don't know what's going to happen every match that you go into. I will say, I love the way she looks. I love that she has her painted fingernails. That might be a first for anyone in Epic 7. I don't know, but it's the very first time I ever noticed it. You must run her onto the Dragon Roar exclusive equipment. That way you have a 100% chance to land the silence, which is very important for her combo. Zio adds the silence first before he does the damage, so if you use her with a Zio, that you're able to land that silence and then boost her up 20% combat readiness, which is actually very nice. I ran her a lot with AOL, and I found that on her S1, same deal. Because the silence goes first, her S1 will boost up Yufine, which is really, really good. At 245, you can cut like a really high amount of speed. I'll put it on the screen, but with that 20%, with the Zio, with the Yufine, that you're pretty much able to just 1-2. If you add in a Summertime Azaria, I think what you're going to do is a cleave there as well, which is good. But for me, I think I would probably run her at a lower amount of speed, probably the same damage, and 85 to 100% on your effectiveness. I think that's the best way to use her. Now, again, it's going to be difficult. There's going to be some days where you're just going to be frustrated, but some days when it works, you're going to see big, big damage. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video helped you decide on how you're going to build your Yufine and if you're going to use her in the future. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on those battles.